Ngāti Pro East Coast me Thames Valley. Ai ngā mate kei wainganui a tātou, haere atu rā, apiti hono, rātai hono, rātou ki a rātou, apiti hono, tātai hono, tātou ki a tātou anō. Nei rā te mihi ki te rākau paina Ken, te rākau paina nunui, e takoto ana ki te marae o toka nui, o tokanga nui, marae ki Tikawiti. Nei rā te mihi ki a ia me tōna whānau, arā ki a Tā Pine Tree Meads. Takoto mai rā e te rangatira. Tēnei te mihi o Ngāti Pro ki a ia, mo ona mahi nunui I wainganui I te ao Futupōro. Hi Ken, welcome to Whakarua Park for the start, as you said, of the Heartlands rugby season this year. It's a big day, big crowd, and expecting some big things. A couple of awesome curtain raisers down here at the park before this game, and that was between the Ngāti Pro East Coast under-13s and I think it was a Poverty Bay selection. They took that out, the Poverty Bay selection, quite convincingly, and in a very exciting under-15 final between Ngāti Pro East Coast Northern End versus Gisborne Boys High selection. The Ngāti Pro East Coast team coming out on top right in the last play of the game, 30 points to 29. Exciting to see these young rugby players showing the skill that they did. And you'll hear in the background whānau as Paikea kicks off here at Whakarua Park. And that's the signal for the boys in blue, the boys in sky blue, to come out today. And led out by their captain, Perrin Manuel. And there's going to be a minute's silence before kick-off to pay homage to, of course, to Sir Pine Tree Meads, who's lying across there at Tokanga Nui Marae in Tikawiti. And our condolences go out to him and his family. And we definitely felt the impact of a loss of a great man in the world of rugby. Taking a look at our teams today, whānau. Of course, we'll have a look at our boys from the sky blue colours of Ngāti Pro East Coast first. Number 1, Michael Chambers. Number 2, Perrin Manuel. Number 3, Layman Davies. Number 4, Hone Hairoa. Number 5, Morgan Poi. Number 6, Trent Prophet. Patrick Allen will be wearing number 7, or as we call him, Paddy Allen. Number 8, Parekura Lalanga. Expect some big things from this boy. He plays his club rugby down in Wellington, but he's a Ngāti right through and through. Nehana Ratahi wearing number 9 today. Keelan Poi, he'll be wearing number 10. Jaden Milner on the left wing. Kahu Warden at second 5. Te Wehi Wright wearing number 13. Te Pehi Fairley out on number 14. And Chris Palmer will be at the back. On the reserves today we have Karati Palmer, Daniel Newbley, Reese Walker, Manaya Nyman, Fabian Kahaki, and Slade Teopara and Verdon Bartlett making up the rest of the reserve bench there. Taking a look at our visitors. Thames Valley, number 1, Travis Scott. Number 2, Hayden Wisniewski. Number 3, Roger Cairns. Number 4, Matt Ralston. Number 5, Aaron Carroll. Number 6, Brent Ranga. Not Runga as it's got in the program. His name is Brent Ranga. Now number 7, Rory Maloney. Number 8, Alex Bradley. Number 9, Ben Bonner. Number 10, Chris Doak. Number 11, hang on, I got to get his name right, Rupeni Vosayaki. Rupeni Vosayaki. Number 12, Sean Hill. Number 13, Sam McCann. Number 14, Tyrone Keith. Number 15, Harry Lafatuanahi. Lafatuanahi, that's his name. Sorry, Harry Lafatuanahi. Ethan Roycroft will be wearing number 16. George Lelenor wearing number 17. Matt Hart, Connor McVeary, Jared Goodall, Jared Bayliss, and Josh Law make up the reserves there. As you may hear in the background, whānau, that there is a bit of I suppose, homage being paid to Pine Tree Meads by Bill Burdett here at Whakarua Park. So they are acknowledging the loss of the great man with a minute's silence before the game here. And of course, Ngāti Pro East Coast will of course perform their traditional challenge before the kickoff. So big mihi to Radio Ngāti Pro today, who are kindly bringing you this game.
Heartfelt condolences to the Meads family.
And I think we've got some problems here, Ken. Is that right? We got a bit of interference going on? Ken, if you can talk in my ear and just tell me whether or not that's coming through clear, and I'll try and sort that out. So yes, fine, we're just waiting for the minute silence to take place here. And I think these young boys from the under-16s are going to jump in and help out with the haka. Ken, if you can hear me and that's not good enough, I do have another backup option that I can go and get sorted. So we just...
Q.
Oh yeah, so the PA system, whānau, it won't be going during the game, so you will hear me. And so that PA system is paying homage to, of course, to Pine Tree Meats, who passed away earlier this week. So a minute's silence being observed by both teams, and now the East Coast boys break into the huddle. And of course the under 15s are ready to take the field and help out with the haka, I think. They're all standing on the sideline. Oh no, they're not. They just want to stand on the sideline. So they're probably going to get shifted before we get into this. But whānau, we're looking to a big game. No, there they go now. Going out there to stand with their seniors. A few of them joining the haka. Victorious in their final second year in a row, I believe. They're reigning champs. So about to get underway here after this challenge by the boys in sky blue. And of course acknowledging loss of a great man in the world of rugby. I believe his funeral will be on Monday across there in Tukariki. So Nats Pro East Coast has been passed around this week in a number of media formats that we haven't won a game since 2013. And definitely looking to write that ledger today. And so it's been boys are pretty excited and focused during the build-up, Ken. Both teams different types of build-ups. Thames Valley quite relaxed with theirs, and not a lot of talking going on.
Game on, people!
Their build-up, definitely everybody switched on, a lot of team talk going on. And I might have to go and have a word to these guys about their PA system. If they want to stream this game and hear the commentary as well, they need to turn their PAs off. But we're about to get into it, whānau, and we're going to have to stop here, Ken, as these people all along the sideline are going to get kicked off the sideline. And there's only the officials that are supposed to be on the sideline. And I'm going to have to wait and try and tell someone as we're about to get underway here. Just waiting for the referee to get us underway. And I'll try and find the referee's name for you. And we got underway here as Thames Valley kicking off out to the grandstand side of the park here. And it's juggled a little bit, but Thames Valley come up with it. They take it forward now, just outside Ngāti Pro East Coast 22. They send it out now, out to the backs. Gets out to the first five. Sorry, whānau, we're just juggling things around here. And it's been picked up by Ngāti Pro East Coast, just inside their own half now. They look for it, they pick and go through Parekura Laulanga. He juggles it inside too, and it's been lost forward there by Ratahi. Come away now with the ball, does Thames Valley, into Ngāti Pro East Coast half. The little half back there. Bonner sends it out wide, they set it up in the midfield. Through one of the forwards there, I think that was Cairns. Pick and go there from the number 6, Bradley. Takes it up to the 10-metre line. They come back to this near side now, through the second 5. Sean Hill at first receiver, sent long to the fullback there. Lafatuanahi. They still got the ball here as Thames Valley take it down midway between the 10-metre, close to this near side of the park. Bonner out to his hooker now. That's Wisniewski. They set it up. Nice tackle there from Ngāti Pro East Coast, but they've still got the ball. They come back down the near side through the number 8. Bradley comes out wide and it's spilled forward. Referee's got a penalty. No advantage here against Ngāti Pro East Coast, I believe. Looks like not rolling away. And this is very kickable here. I don't think Thames Valley, they're just discussing this, whether they're going to have a shot. So some nice work there from the forwards. The big boys in the front row getting into the mix quite early in this game. We're going to have to see if we can get these young crowd off the field, because this is not going to cut it for the officials that are on the sideline. And this kick here is about midway between the 10-metre and the 22 inside Ngāti Pro East Coast territory, out in the middle of the park. Remembering, whānau, we are simulcasting. We are going over Radio Ngāti Pro as well as simulcasting over Ngāti Pro East Coast Facebook page. So welcome to all our viewers as well as our listeners. So if you're growling me for giving a bit too much information on the live stream, it's because I've got to go over the radio as well. So here we go, and it's Mr. Doak coming in to take this kick. I've got somebody trying to ring me at the same time I'm trying to broadcast. And it's high and it's through. They've lost me on the live stream, on the radio, but we'll keep going on the live stream. It's Knights Pro East Coast down by 3 points. Early penalty there to the first 5, Mr. Doak. Hey Ken, we'll go try and get back onto the... So Whānau just back into the broadcast, and it's a deep kick there from Keenan Poi. Sends it deep into the 22. It's going to bounce back towards the in goal of Thames Valley. They're going to let this roll. It may even go dead. It has gone dead. It's going to come all the way back for a scrum. So that not the start that you'd want. Just rolling a little bit too much kaha on that kick, and it's gone dead. It'll come right back to halfway for a reset. Restart with the scrum. So 3-0 if you've just joined us after the first couple of minutes. Thames Valley leading Ngāti Pro East Coast. Coverage kindly brought to you by Radio Ngāti Pro. Little halfback Maloney to put the ball in. The referee's not happy with the set, calls it up. Oh, Bonner, sorry. Oh, just looking at the wrong name. Just again, trying to learn these Thames Valley names. I know the East Coast boys' names. Bonner, Ben Bonner at halfback. There's a few people screaming at me through the stream. They can see it on the screen. So split back line here for Thames Valley. They've loaded out towards the grandstand side of the field. Good blind here for 8-9 play. And they do. Comes off the back, Bradley. Gives it to Bonner. Bonner down over the gets his winger away in space. He gets past the flanker. He's got one to beat. He gets past Chris Palmer. He steps back infield. Still going. Here's the number 14, Keith. Taken down just shy of the line. Bonner digs in, sends it out wide to Bradley. Bradley hitting a solid tackle. It's come loose for Lafatua Nahi. Thames Valley still got this about 10 metres out from the line. Someone else has to get in there and play halfback. It's Keith. He sends it out now to the first 5. They go through the backs. They set it up in the midfield through Hill. Hill takes it down about 15 metres out from the post. They keep going the same way. Send it out wide. The forwards out wide. It's picked up now from Wasayaka. He sets it up just inside the 22. They come in close now through the number 4, Ralston. He's lost it forward. There's a bit of push and shoving going. Oh, and there's a big bang from Ralston from behind. It's all on. There's a few fists going in there. Not what we want to see, Whānau. Somebody definitely upset in there with what was happening. Referee had blown the whistle. A few guns come out. Referee just separating the teams here. He'll probably want to have a talk to the players. We're going to have to try and do something about these kids and spectators all standing on the field on the side I'm on. The referee just having a word now. He's going to cross to have a talk to his assistant referee for today, Chris Wano. He's going to be calling players out. He's having a talk to the captains, I think. So it must be the hookers are the captains today. There's Piran Manuel, captain for Ngāti Pro East Coast. Hayden Wisniewski. There's a referee. Just having a talk to both captains. And we've got a stoppage in play while this goes on, Whānau. And I can't seem to find the referee's name anywhere in the program. I'm trying to find the referee's name. Oh, nobody's got the referee's name. So we're just still waiting as the discussion goes on, as I think both teams have been told to have a talk to their players. Both captains, sorry. Been told to talk to their players. Let's get the ill discipline, get the niggle out of the game. And I think it's a penalty going to Thames Valley. Oh, holding on, I think not releasing is the signal. I thought he might have reversed it. It looked like a big swinging arm there from the number 4, Matt Ralston. And Thames Valley push it down into the corner. 5 metres out from Ngāti Pro East Coast corner flag on the grandstand side of the field. Nice little kick there from number 10, Chris Doak. Thames Valley coming slowly. They go up through the big man Ralston. They set it up. Knights Pro East Coast hold it for a little while. Now the shove is coming. Looking to drive over in the corner here. Thames Valley being heralded towards the sideline. Do they get down? Referee awards a try. They extend the lead 8-0. Thames Valley after that try. I'm not too sure who had the ball there, Whānau. Driven over in the maul from the line out there. And it'll be an attempted conversion to put the extra points on, so 8-0 after about 4 minutes. So it'll be Doak. So look for the attempted conversion from right out wide. He's just a couple of metres in from the grandstand side of touch. And yeah, it's strange. There's no referee's name in the program, so I'll try and get the referee's name at halftime. Score 8-0 if you've just joined us. We are simulcasting via Radio Ngāti Pro and the Ngāti Pro East Coast website. You can pick up the link on their Facebook page. As he lines up the kick now, that's the first 5 Doak. Just a couple of metres in from the grandstand side of touch, right down in front of the light towers, if you know the park here at Whakarua. The Thames Valley off to an early start. As he lines it up here, bit of a northerly here today, so he is kicking into the wind. As he kicks it high, does it have the distance? No, just waved away, come across the face of the post there. The score remains 8-0. So it'll be a restart here for Knights Pro East Coast, and they'll be wanting to make sure that this one doesn't go dead. So Keelan Poi with the ball. Bro, you should kick all these fellas behind the post. As they kick off towards the grandstand side of the field, Morgan Poi is underneath it, claimed it for Knights Pro East Coast, 12 metres inside Thames Valley territory. Ngātahi digs it out now to Poi. Poi up to Laulanga. Laulanga beats the first line. He takes it down to ground now, midway between 22 10 metres. Ngātahi out to Poi. Poi to, that's the centre right. And it's a penalty coming for Knights Pro East Coast. Offside at that last breakdown. Some nice work there from Knights Pro East Coast from the kickoff. Morgan Poi taking the ball from the kick. Some quick work there from Rātahi at the back of the scrum. And Knights Pro East Coast look like they're going to have their first opportunity at points on the board. And it'll be Chris Palmer stepping up to take this kick. About a 30-metre kick here. 30-metre kick, more or less straight out in front of the post. Chris Palmer just checking your here. And so, referee there deeming Thames Valley up offside. It's quite a quick turnaround from the kickoff there for Knights Pro East Coast. And Chris Palmer. I think he's top point scorer in Knights Pro East Coast club rugby competition this year. Followed closely by Tane Tōparata, who scored all of his points with tries. So here he goes, Chris Palmer lining up Knights Pro East Coast first attempted points in this game. Comes in now. High. And does have the accuracy. Knights Pro on the board. 8 points to 3. Thames Valley leading Knights Pro East Coast. And I'm not too sure why we haven't got a scoreboard here. But scoreboard, score 8-3. So it'll be Thames Valley to restart now. Doak to restart. He's going to be kicking off to the grandstand side of touch. Sends it high. Laulunga's underneath it. He takes it cleanly. Bounces out of the first tackle, does Laulanga. Looks for support now. Gets it up to Rātahi. Rātahi out to Perrin Manuel. Perrin Manuel looking inside for Wright. Wright takes it down right on the 10 metres on this near side of the park. Rātahi goes back now to Poi. Poi takes on the defence, sets it up now. Ratahi at the base of the ruck again, looking for Hone Hairoa at first receiver. Hairoa makes yardage. Ratahi comes back to this near side, finds Te Wehi right, to right, beats the first tackler, still going, looking for support now as he goes to ground. Right on the 10 metres, we're going side to side, but we've still got possession. Ratahi out to Poi now, Poi steps infield. He's taken right around the legs by the big boy Ralston. Out now to Keelan Poi, sets it up, gives it to Laven Davies, as Thames Valley might have turned this over. They have. The halfback gets it out now, Bonar, and he's caught by a player offside. Referee says the ball wasn't out. And Ngāti East Coast there just losing possession of the ball and then giving away a penalty. The Thames Valley will look for the points here. And it'll be Doak to attempt this one. It's a bit further out than the last kick. This one here, about 38 metres, around the 35 to 38 metre mark, straight out in front of the post. This wind's starting to change around a bit. And so Thames Valley leading 8 points to 3. Attempted conversion to come, attempted penalty, sorry. Some good work from the kickoff and just unable to hold position. Turned the ball over and gave away a penalty. Roger, he's lining it up now. Coming in. It's a nice high strike. This one's got the accuracy. And we're just going to disconnect the headset whānau and go broadcast from the phone. So if I still got you there, Ken, I'm hoping you're still there. There's a score now out to 11 points to 3. And it's Keelan Poi, kicks off far and deep out to the grandstand side. It's taken there by Bradley. He hits it up for Thames Valley, about 6 metres outside his 22. Bonar digs in now, he brings it out to his first receiver. His second 5 there is Hill. Taking in a good tackle by Ngāti East Coast. Thames Valley still got possession. They bring it out now to Doak. Doak sends it through the backs, finding the forwards out wide, and it's got a bad pass there from Thames Valley. It goes back into the 22. Ngāti East Coast there, but Thames Valley look to have secured it. Bonar at the base now, he gets it out to his forwards, and I think that's the captain, Wisniewski. They've still got control here as Thames Valley on this near side, and Bonar looks for the sideline. Nice touch finder there from the halfback, Thames Valley halfback. Brings play about 15 metres, still inside his own half, but outside the red zone. So it'll be a Ngāti East Coast throw. Perrin Manuel with the ball. Full line out called here from Ngāti East Coast. And there's a few. They go to the back now to look for Hone Hairoa. It's taken cleanly down to Ratahi, out to Poi. Poi looking for a runner now. He gets it up to on the cut with Wright. Wright beating the first tackle. Goes to ground now. Ratahi sends it back out to Morgan Poi, standing out to the other side, open. Nice work there from Morgan Poi. Ratahi up now to Laulanga. Ngāti East Coast keeping possession here. They resettle. Ratahi looking for the ball now. Gives it back to Poi. Poi up to Hairoa. Ratahi now with the ball, goes back the other way to Poi. Poi to Allen. Allen gets through a couple of tackles, drags a couple of Thames Valley defenders with him. It's been lost forward there, but Thames Valley offside. Referee's given a penalty here to Ngāti East Coast. Thames Valley offside at the breakdown. I think the flanker thought the ball was out. The referee said the ball was out, you weren't onside. A shot here for Ngāti East Coast. More or less in the same position for the last one, probably a bit more in front of the post for Chris Palmer. And this one here, it's 11-3 if you've just joined us. Thames Valley leading Ngāti East Coast. And just looking at my watch, there's about 13 minutes gone. Remembering, of course, referee is the sole judge of time. And it'll be Chris Palmer with the wind advantage. Light northerly blowing here at Whakarua Park. Great day for rugby. It's been fine weather here all week. We here in Ruatoria have been blessed with the presence of famed street artist Mr. G for the week. He's been around painting a few murals here in the township. So Chris Palmer looking to line this up. This one here, roughly about 28, 26 metres, 27 metres, right out in front of the post. He's lining it up. Coming in now. Nice high stroke there from Palmer, and it's got the accuracy. Knights East Coast 6, Thames Valley 11.
Take the score to Thames Valley 11.
And it'll be back for a restart there. So I'm just trying to multitask here, Whānau. We're going to write the score down because the scoreboard's not working today. And it'll be Doak coming back to restart as he just waits for the ball. A good crowd here today. Of course, we had a couple of curtain raisers. A lot of the parents have stayed on for the main game. As Doak restarts now, he sends it back the same way. Poi underneath, and it's been knocked backwards by Thames Valley as Wisniewski picks it up now. He goes for a rumble, takes it to ground midway between Knights East Coast 10 metre 22. It's loose, but the referee says play on. Thames Valley still got it. Bonner diving in on the ball there. As Doak plays halfback, gets it out to Ralston. He loses the ball forward. Referee's playing advantage here to Knights East Coast. Go blind through Palmer. Palmer gets it away and he's hitting a solid tackle. And the referee will play no advantage for the knock on. He'll go back for the knock on. And the Knights East Coast there from the turnover, trying to work it down the grandstand side of the field. A referee deeming not enough advantage. They go back for the scrum from the knock on or the lost ball. It'll be Rātahi to feed the scrum. Nehana Rātahi from the Ruatoria City Club. We'll try and bring you the clubs of these players, Whānau. Representing the sky blue jersey today. So Rātahi feeds the scrum. Solid scrum there from Knights East Coast. Bit of pressure coming from Thames Valley. Rātahi out the back now to, that was Fairley, I think. Gives it to the left boot of Chris Palmer, who sends it back over the halfway, and it's been lost forward there by Lafa Tuanahi. Just unable to hold the ball there, 8 metres inside his own territory. In the centre of the field, it'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast scrum. So high ball there from Chris Palmer. And just not able to be taken there by the number 15, Harry Lafatuanahi for Thames Valley. Ngāti Pro East Coast. Scrum feed, about 8 metres inside Thames Valley half. Split backline option here. Chris Palmer standing at first receiver right behind the scrum. Probably pick which way he's going to have a go. Laulanga takes it. They go across towards the club rooms looking for a cutter. Give it up to, right, it's been lost forward here by the Knights East Coast winger there, to Pihi Fairley. Just unable to hang on to the ball. It'll be a Thames Valley turnover and scrum feed. This one here, more or less still 7-8 metres inside Thames Valley territory. Just shifted across towards that grandstand side of the field a little bit. So Bonner to feed the scrum. Deep set backline for Thames Valley. As the referee calls them in. So we've got just wait for the referee to step out of the way now as Bonner feeds the scrum. Solid scrum from Thames Valley. Bradley keeping it in the back. He's keeping it in. What's the referee say? He's going to say they'll still keep going forward as Thames Valley. Getting close to the halfway here. Referee's got advantage coming. Advantage for Thames Valley. There'll be a penalty to come after this, I'd say. This scrum here has been pushed about 10 metres. Thames Valley still got control of this at the back. It's wheeling now. Referee says play on, but he's holding advantage for Thames Valley. Goes back for the penalty. This penalty here, about a metre is still inside Thames Valley territory. About 15 metres in from the grandstand side of the field. be the first 5 again. Chris Doak to look for the sideline. Thames Valley looking to move into Knights Pro East Coast territory. Sends it deep down towards the 22. Not quite into 22. This one here about 6 or 7 metres outside the 22. Cross on the grandstand side of the field. Short line out call from Thames Valley. They take their time getting there. Big number 5, Carroll. He's a tall unit, that boy. Wisniewski gets the ball now. 5-man line out here from Thames Valley. They look for the Ralston, he taps it back. It's a bit untidy, it bounces back towards the winger there. Bosayaki. He takes it up. Bonner digs it out of the ruck now, gets it out to his flanker, Maloney. They give it up to Ralston. Quick hands here through the backs, and it comes up to number 6 there, Runga. Sends it out wide now to his winger, Keith. Down the sideline, Keith stepping. He's held, taking the ground now inside the 22, not far out from the try line. They come wide again. Doak sends it wide out to Carroll. He loses it behind him. Referee says play on. Runga with the ball, takes it down, right down in front of the post. They move it quickly out wide. Wisniewski standing out in the backs. He gets it back to number 12 there, Hill. They're still going. Oh, Hill breaks away, heading towards the line. Oh, what a strong run there from the number 12 from Thames Valley. He looked to have been held, but he just broke out of the tackle and kept going. What a great run there from the number 12 for Thames Valley. Sean Hill. Not great if you're a Ngāti Pro East Coast supporter, but extending the lead now. 16-6 with the kick to come. Just a bit of a lapse in defence there from the boys in blue. I think they thought that each other had got him. He wasn't held, he kept going. Big unit in the midfield. Strong run, rewarded with a great try there. Just about 10 metres to the side of the post. So this one here, very kickable for the first 5 Doak. As he lines it up, he brings it nearly back to the 22. As we wait for him to line up the kick. Score 16-6 if you've just joined us. We are simulcasting, radio our Listen Live link, as well as the live stream broadcast on the Knights Pro East Coast page, East Coast Facebook page, I should say, sorry. That kick successful. Extends the lead out to 18 points to 6. I hope that when that PA system's coming on whānau, it's not too loud. But good thing is they stopped during the game. So Keelan Poi back to restart. Kicking back towards the grandstand side of the field again. It's been successful. They go short. Morgan Poi chasing. It's been juggled there by Runga. He grabs it though for Thames Valley, takes it down just outside his 10-metre line. Bonner brings it out now to Bradley. Bradley at first receiver, the clash of the number 8s there twice now. Parakura Laulanga goes back to get him. Bonner out to Doak. Doak standing deep, puts the boot to it. Sends it back down towards the 22, Chris Palmer. It's going to bounce towards the line. Palmer picks it up. Little chip kick from Palmer. Keith takes it out to Bonner. Bonner now with a long pass, and it's been picked up there from Keelan Poi, but he's knocked it straight into the number 1's hand there for Thames Valley. They bring it out through Bonner, back down this near side now. Quick hands out to the winger, Keith. Keith throwing a clean pair of heels down the sideline, steps in one, still going is this little wing. Oh, and it opens up for him, heading towards the line, still stepping. What a try there from the winger. That one will be on the highlights replay. What a great run from the winger. Again, the defence looked to have gotten him. But great stepping from the winger there from Thames Valley. Tyrone Keith. Didn't look like he had anything in front of him. Got those quick feet of his. I just can't remember how many players he beat. I'll give it to him, about 7. Probably 7 or 8 on his way to the line. What a great try. I mean, not a great try if you're a Knights Pro East Coast supporter. But if you're a rugby fan, it was great to watch. So Doak lining this one up. Now, I don't know, I apologise to all our listeners out there from Thames Valley. I'm not too sure if his name is Doak or Doak, but I'll stick with the first pronunciation. So apologies, Chris, if I got your name wrong. As he lines it up here, just a couple of metres inside the 22, straight through the post, over the dot there. Thames Valley out to a bit of a big lead. 25-6, and it'll be East Coast will be wanting to score, wanting to get back in this game. They keep letting Thames Valley extend this lead. It's going to be a hard trip back as we wait for the restart here. Again, Keelan Poi is going to kick to the grandstand side of the field, sends it short and high. Picked up by Runga, knocked on by Bradley. Picked up again by Paddy Allen. He gives it up to Morgan Poi, up towards the 22. He gets it to Parekula Laulanga, into the 22. Long pass out wide. It's come back to Fairley, but he's knocked it on. The referee's going to come back for the original knock on by Thames Valley. And he's going to go, this one here, about 5 metres outside Thames Valley's 22. I myself thought the knock on was a bit closer to the 10-metre line. But the referee here. Scrum down, Knights Pro East Coast ball. So it'll be Nehan Ratahi with a bit of a blind here. He's got quite a big blind available to him. Tepehi Fairley, sorry, is out there on the right wing. Parekura Laulanga with the option to go blind if he wishes with Ratahi. They set it up now. No, they come out open to Poi. Poi at first receiver looking for a cutter. He gives it to Kahu Ward, who gets past his man. He's still going now out to Chris Palmer. Palmer down the sideline. He's tackled just outside the 22. Knights Pro East Coast arrived there over the ball. Ratahi now pulls it out of the back of the ruck, sends it out to right up to Hairoa. The crowd calling for an offside there. As they go to ground now, Knights Pro East Coast looking to recycle it. As it pops out the back, Ratahi with a clever little tap backwards. He picks and goes, gets it up to Fairley right. They gives it back now to, that's Trent Prophet. Trent Prophet into the 22, Knights Pro East Coast go. Looking to try and recycle it out of this ruck. It's getting slowed down as Ratahi gives it up to Morgan Poi at first receiver. Back to Ratahi, out wide to Keelan Poi now. A little bit of space as they go wide, and I think that should have gone to the hand. It's bounced up now for Tepehi Fairley. He takes it in. Knights Pro East Coast still got possession. Manuel, the captain, playing halfback. He picks and goes. Still going is Piran Manuel. Taken down 10 metres from the line. Quick ball now to right. Right takes on the defence. Knights Pro still got this. It comes out now to Hairoa. Hairoa looking for a runner. Gets it up to Laulanga. Laulanga in space. He's not going to be stopped. Knights Pro East Coast with their first try of the day. Some nice work there from the forwards. Everybody getting involved in that one. That's what we wanted to see, and that helps them get back into this game. Scored now. 25-11 with the kick to come. Referee penalising him. There's still a little bit of tension out there. Some big hits going in. I think that Matt Ralston felt that one. As number 10, Doak kicks the ball down, and he's not going to find touch, is he? It's kept infield. It goes back to Palmer. Palmer looking for touch. He sends it back towards the halfway. This is his home ground here for the Hikurangi Sports Club. So he knows this field pretty well. There's Chris Palmer. This one here going back towards 10 metres. Still inside Knights Pro East Coast territory, right down in front of the grandstand. They go quickly. It's picked up down by Ralston though. It goes out wide now. Doak up to Hill. Hill straightening up. He's hit high. Referee's got advantage there. It comes out now to the number 7 there, Maloney. He's still going as Maloney. Held up. The referee going to say it's a maul. There's no advantage being played here for a high shot earlier on. The referee's got no advantage. He's going to go back towards the 10-metre line. Midfield. Penalty to Thames Valley. And the crowd not happy with the calls against their team here. Quite vocal about it, quite clearly heard across the field. And changing sides he's kicking to. Yeah, he realised he was kicking into a bit of wind on the other side. That last kick not going out. This one here, deep into the 22 on this near side of the park. Attacking line out here for Thames Valley. We haven't seen the drive that was successful for them right at the beginning of the game. A drive off the line out. Again, a shortened line out. Bradley standing out in the backs. Not Bradley, sorry, Runga. Runga standing out in the backs. Bradley at halfback. They go to the middle and it's tapped back down to Bradley. He has to tidy up from halfback. He goes to ground now. Thames Valley over the top of this. Bonner comes into halfback. Ralston at first receiver. He hits it up. He bounces through the tackle of Manuel, but then he's dumped to ground by Manuel. Bonner with the ball at the base of the ruck now. He sends it out wide to Doak. Doak out to Hill. Hill looking for his fullback. It's bounced back to the left winger. He's dangerous when he gets the ball. He's taken the ground though. Bonner brings it back to this near side. Up to Doak. Doak to his number 7 there, Maloney. Maloney gives it to his mate Runga. He goes to ground about 15 metres out, right in front of the post. Bonner, quick ball out now to Ralston. Long pass out to the big boy Carroll down this right wing here. Thames Valley still got control of this, working it nicely. Back up to Ralston at first receiver, hitting a solid tackle. Pick and go there from the base of the ruck by Thames Valley. Bonner, quick ball out now to Doak. Doak looking for his runners. He finds Hill. Hill, quick ball. They go through the hands up to Lafa Tuanahi. He's held up just outside. Might be a turnover here. Knights Pro look hunting. No, Thames Valley still got it. Bonner, quick ball up to Bradley. Bradley, one off the ruck. Oh, he bounces through the tackles. What a great run there from the number 8 for Thames Valley. Ngāti Pro East Coast just couldn't keep making tackles there. They looked to have turned it over, but Thames Valley held on to it. And then the number 8 there, Bradley, finding a bit of space around the ruck. He's extended that lead again. High scoring game here, whānau. 30 points to 13 with the kick to come. As we're not far away from half time. Players starting to feel the pinch a bit out there. You can see them all going for water. This pace is definitely a highly paced game, or high paced game. And I thought it was my belief he only had a minute after the try was scored to kick the goal. So I'd say he's only got about 20 seconds now. We'll see if this referee is a stickler to the rules. So whether or not you have a drink or not, whānau, the rule is that you have a certain amount of time to kick the conversion after the try. And I do believe there was a bit of controversy down south with a conversion to win the game that was denied because the kicker took too long. So here we go. Thames Valley coming in to line it up. Oh, and it bounces off the post. And that's half time according to the referee here at Whakarua Park. Ken, I'm going to cross back to the studio. Score 30 points to 13. Thames Valley leading Ngāti Pro East Coast in this first Heartlands game of the competition, the 2017 Mitre 10 Heartlands competition. We'll be back shortly with the second half. Yeah, kia ora Ken. Yeah, welcome back, whānau. What's been, I mean, the score is one-sided, but it definitely hasn't reflected what's happening out here on the field. Our boys are definitely in this battle. They've just slipped it a few times and have allowed Thames Valley to put a good lead on them. So hopefully our boys can come out and turn this around, Ken, in the second half. I'm looking for a big second half from them. But if you've just joined us, whānau, we are live streaming via the East Coast, Ngāti Pro East Coast Facebook page. I think the link's via their website. And of course you can, if you haven't got access to a Facebook, you can listen to and I'm just banging myself in the head now because I didn't ask Michael Winter where he was from. And it's quite strange that it's not in the program here today. And so Ngāti Pro East Coast, just looking at the team, I can't see any changes. They look like the same team that went into the changing room. We'll keep an eye on the Thames Valley team just to see if there's any changes there. Again, it doesn't look like I can see any clean jerseys out there. So both teams look unchanged for the second half as we're about to get underway. Ngāti Pro East Coast about to restart, heading towards the north. Thames Valley will be heading south. And it's Keelan Poi to restart this game. There's referee referee Michael Winter gets this game underway. Keelan Poi changes, he kicks out to this near side and it's taken cleanly there by Ranga. He's got Hone Hairoa all over him. Takes it down midway between his own 10 metre and 22 as Bonner looks in for the ball. He sends it out now to Bradley. Bradley takes on the defence. He still stands and turns. He's taken the ground now as a bit of counter-rucking coming on, but Bonner pulls it out of the ruck, sends it out now to McMahon, I think that is. He steps and comes back infield. Maloney takes it to Dick. Bonner comes back to this near side. He gives it up to, I ain't got a number there, number 12, Hilt. Hilt taken down. They've still got position here. Working it nicely, one off the ruck. Bonner, box kick coming. He's going to come towards the sideline. Wrights underneath it, takes it cleanly. He's got Vosayaki in front of him. He beats him with a clean pair of heels. Takes the ball down 5 metres inside Thames Valley territory. It's at the base of the ruck here for Ratahi. Ratahi to Paddy Allen on the run, on the burst. Paddy Allen takes on the defence, sets it up now. Quick ball at the base of the ruck here for Ratahi. Sends it out wide to Poi. Poi, long ball out to Hairoa in the midfield. Hairoa looking for Chambers, but he loses it forward. It's been kicked downfield by the number 7 Maloney. Deep into Ngāti Pro East Coast 22. Palmer's racing back there. He's going to let it go into the in goal and place it. Some nice work there from Palmer to get back there. Again, Ngāti Pro East Coast just being their own enemies. Looking to push the pass and probably needing to hold on to it. That pass there, back on the halfway, turned around, and now we've got a 22 dropout as Keelan Poi sends it deep. It's coming down to Hosayaku at the 10 metre inside Ngāti Pro East Coast territory. Gives it up to Hill. Hill throws the dummy nearly through the gap. Takes it down now forward. It's been turned over from Ngāti Pro East Coast. Nice work there from Layman Davies. Ratahi sends it out to Wright now. Wright going back close to the ruck. Is not rolling out the way there from Thames Valley. It's been turned over. Referee agrees with me. He's got a penalty. Sorry there may be some Thames Valley viewers watching the live stream or listening to this game. A bit of a blue-eyed commentary comes through on this channel. So it'll be Chris Palmer to look for the sideline. Wind advantage definitely with Thames Valley in this half. As it's starting to pick up, you may hear it coming across the mic. Palmer and that kick there, grabbed by the wind. He made a total yardage of about 10 metres. It went 50 metres sideways, but 10 metres forward. It'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast line-out throw as we wait for the ball to come back. You'll be careful around this field as these young fellas are quite quick to grab the ball and put it in their car. As we wait for the match ball to come back now. Manuel, a couple of metres inside Thames Valley. They go quickly to Paddy Allen. Ratahi with a long pass out to Poi. Poi, long pass out to Wright. Keeps it going out wide out to Jaden Milner in space. Up over the halfway. Milner still going. He gets it back to Wright. It goes down midfield between the 10 metre and 22. It's been turned over here by Thames Valley. And I think Chris Palmer is down injured. In the back plate, and they come out now out to Ralston in the midfield. He straightens up, breaks through the tackle, looking for support, gets it up to Wisniewski. Wisniewski with a pass, and it's been knocked forward by the centre there. McCann. Sam McCann there, unable to get, just got his hand to it, but unable to pull it in. Chris Palmer down in back play. I think he's pulled a hammy. He did have it taped up. Not too sure who the reserve back is for Ngāti Pro East Coast. He's trying to walk it off. It may not be the hammy. Might be just a sore hip. Let's hope he can walk this off as Chris Palmer, big weapon in this Ngāti Pro East Coast back line. Big weapon in any back line he plays in. This turnover here, scrum feed for Ngāti Pro East Coast, 5 metres inside Thames Valley territory, about 15 metres in from this near side of touch. Ratahi with the ball. He does have a blind, but he doesn't have any support with him. Te Fairley has gone infield. This goes out to Keelan Poi now. Keelan Poi looking for a runner, gives it up to Fairley. Fairley has to stop and wait for the ball. Takes a couple of Thames Valley players to stop him. Ratahi sends it out now to Morgan Poi. Morgan Poi going for a bit of a run, steps through a tackle in the back of the defence line now, gives it back to Ratahi. Ratahi looking for support, throws it back infield. Referee's got advantage here for Knights Pro East Coast. Well, I think it was advantage as they pile over the top there, a bit of counter-rucking coming. They pick and go. Referees, no, it was advantage. He's coming back for a penalty. It's a big man Carroll there, wrapped up Keelan Poi with the ball. Quick tap from Laulanga. They know they need to score tries to get back into this game. Laulanga sets it up about 15 metres out in front of the post. Counter-rucking coming. They look like they went off their feet, ref, as Bonner pulls it out, gives it up to Hill. Hill looking for the sideline. I think that was Hill, or was that Runga? That was Hill. They're quite the same build there, that blindside flanker in the second five. Big boy out in the midfield for Thames Valley. And I think there's a sub coming. Looks like Verdon Bartlett. They won't lose much here in attacking ability. It might be Verdon Bartlett for Chris Palmer. I think Palmer is feeling the effects of that injury. They're trying to get it done. The referee says, yeah. So Chris Palmer's been substituted for Verdon Bartlett. Verdon Bartlett, you remember the final of Doom against Wanganui here in 2012, scored the winning try. Comeback of Doom, down 27-3, beat Wanganui 29-27. Knights Pro East Coast with a line out just inside Thames Valley's 22, across on the grandstand side of the park. Piran Manuel with the ball. They go high to Poi. Poi takes it cleanly. Comes down to Ratahi now. Long ball out to Poi. Keelan Poi back on the cut with Wright. Wright steps through the first tackle. Still going is Wright. Goes to ground now. Ratahi out to Palekula Raulanga. It's been lost forward. Referee's got no advantage there for Thames Valley. Lost forward as Morgan Poi shows his skills with a drop kick there after the whistle that goes between the posts. So again, Knights Pro East Coast just struggling to link those phases together, as there's another substitution coming. Looks like Reese Walker coming. Now there's going to be a shuffle. Reese Walker's a lock. Mike Chambers is gone. I think Morgan Poi is going to prop. That's right, Morgan Poi can play prop, number 8, lock. So Morgan Poi has gone to prop. Reese Walker's come on to lock. And Mike Chambers has left the paddock. So scrum down, midfield, just outside Thames Valley's 22. Score, if you've just joined us, whānau, 30 points to 13. Very high scoring first half. Referee says puts the ball in. Bonner puts the ball in. Big scrum from Knights Pro East Coast. Comes out now to Doak. He puts a little chip through. It bounces. Does it bounce kindly for Bartlett? Bartlett gets through the tackle. Still going is Verdon Bartlett. He's taken the ground now about 15 metres inside Thames Valley territory. It's a bit of counter-rucking coming as Thames Valley turns it over. No, it's gone out. Pushed out. Quick throw in. Ratahi sends it out wide now. It bounces up to Kahu Ward. Kahu Ward goes for a run. He's taken in a solid tackle now. Knights Pro East Coast still got control of this. Only just. Counter-rucking coming from Thames Valley. Ratahi has a look at his options. He's looking for Morgan Poi on the burst. Poi takes 3 players to stop him. It's been turned over. No, referee's got a penalty against Knights Pro East Coast. Tackled player not releasing the ball. The support there just a little bit slow to get to Morgan Poi. And Ngāti Pro under the pump there, turn the ball over. And it'll be Doak. Asked one of the Thames Valley men how to say his name properly. Doak, sorry, Doak. It'll be, he's about 5 metres inside his own half. He sends it deep into Knights Pro East Coast territory, using the wind well. Takes it midway between the 22 and 10 metre across on the grandstand side of the field. Substitutions coming. Just looking who for. Thames Valley looks like. And it's the halfback Bonner. I'll just try and get a number of the replacement. It's usually number 21, Jared Bayless. Just the one substitute by the looks of things. Bayless into halfback for Bonner. They go high. It's taken again by Ralston. Comes out wide to Doak, now out to Hill. Hill looking for Runga on the burst. He goes through, gets it up now to the centre. Back to is the new man on the paddock. It's the second touch and he's going to go over for a try. Bayless just got on the park, passed the ball from the base of the line out, and he's ended up picking up the try. Unlucky there for Ngāti Porou East Coast. Some nice work there from the big, two big men that I've been mistaking all day. They've got similar builds. That's Brett Lunga, and of course the second five there, Sean Hill. Two big men, both got the same build, same sort of pace. That pushes the score out to 35-13.
Placement number 21, Jared Bayless.
35-13 with the kick to come, and this one very kickable.
13.
This one here, he's about, what would that be? He's only about 18 metres out from the line. More or less centre field. He may be about 10 metres to the side of the post, if that, to the near side that I'm standing on. Wind is coming down the centre of the field. There should be a very straightforward conversion here from Mr. Doak. Oh, and it's charged down. I jinxed him. I didn't mean to jinx him if you're a Thames Valley supporter, but I did think he was a little bit close to the East Coast team. And it proved to be as Jaden Milner there, quick off the blocks and gets his hand to the ball. Keeps the score at 35-13. So Ngāti Porou East Coast back to restart the game. And Keelan Poi comes back to this near side. They take it cleanly, does Thames Valley. And they set it up now right on their own 10-metre line as Bayless digs in for the ball. He sends it deep to Doak. He puts the boot to it, sends it deep down into Ngāti Porou East Coast territory. It bounces awkwardly. Milner picks it up. Jaden Milner, he steps and has a go. Thames Valley, a big line of yellow and black jerseys in front of him on his own 10-metre line. They get over the top of it now. Rate having a look at his options. He sends it out wide now to Poi. Poi looking for a runner. Keeps it on the inside, gives it back to Prophet. Prophet standing. Still going is Prophet up towards the halfway. Spins out of a tackle. Nice work there from Prophet. Goes down on the 10-metre line. Sets it up now as pick and go there from the number 10, Keelan Poi. It's been turned over, I think. It's been held up. It looked to have been knocked on. Yes, referee agrees. As Doak went in to play halfback, he tried to rip the ball out. He lost control of it. And referee agrees with me. A bit of a knock on. So score, if you've just joined us, 35 points to 13 in this game, kindly brought to you by Radio Ngāti Porou. Radio Ngāti Porou just stepping up to the plate for today. We're hoping we have a new sponsor on board for the rest of the Heartlands competition. And I'm just looking, just making sure there's no changes. There's just a shuffle in positions happening. I thought there was a change, substitution. So midfield scrum for Ngāti Porou East Coast, about 12-13 metres inside Thames Valley territory. Centre field. Ratahi to feed the scrum. Big scrum from Thames Valley. It comes out the back. It might have been turned over here. As Parakura Laulanga, the referee's got a penalty against the, I think that's the front row, coming out of the scrum. Big push there from Thames Valley. Just starting to get the acid at the set piece there, the scrum set piece. So Doak will look to put this out over the sideline on the grandstand side of the field. Uses the wind well. Oh, and it may have been just kept in by Jaden Milner. No, touch flag's gone up. This one here about 6 metres inside the 22. Right down in front of the Pohatu Hall. Here at Whakarua Park. Short line out coming for Thames Valley because I can see the big forward standing out in the backs next to me, or where I am, right in front of me. 5-man line out. And there is a number 19 on the paddock for Thames Valley. McVeary taken quickly from Thames Valley as Bayliss digs in for it now. He looks for Hill out in the midfield. Hill at first receiver, sets it up now. Counter ruck coming, may have been turned over here from Laulanga. It has been as box kick there goes straight up in the air from Ratahi. It's Bayliss that comes down with it. No, it's not Bayliss, it's the centre, McCann. Thames Valley with this, they work it down the blind. Wisniewski, only about 5-6 metres out from the line now. Thames Valley setting it up. Big back line out wide here. They come to the new man, number 19 there, McVeary. Held up 5 metres out. Bayliss, quick ball out to the number 8, Bradley. Bradley hitting for the post, but held up a couple of metres shy. Bayliss brings it back to this near side, finds Hill. Hill to his little winger, Keith, who's hitting a solid tackle by Parekura Laulanga. I think he felt that one. Bayliss back out now to Doak to Ralston. Ralston held up in the midfield. They've still got position here. They swing it wide now. Doak back out to the number 7 there. It might have been turned over. Referee's got his hands in the air. It has been turned over, I think. Knights Pro East Coast with the ball. Goes back now to Kahu Ward. Kahu Ward, he's not going to find touch. Bounces up to Brett Runga. Back on the 10-metre line. He straightens up and winds up into the 22. Hitting a solid tackle there from Perrin Manuel. Bayliss digs it out the back now. He brings it across to Maloney. Maloney takes on the defensive line. Bayliss digs it out now, brings it up to Bradley. Bradley standing in the tackle, takes a couple of players with him. Quick fall from Bayliss now, out to Doug. Doug looking for Hill. He gets it past Hill. He sends it out to McCann. McCann held up now. Looks like he's stolen. No, referee's got a penalty. Not against Parekura Laulanga. He's got something back in the midfield. Parekura Laulanga there just had all rights to the ball, but the referee deeming no advantage. He's gone right back across to the far side of the field. Players off their feet there, the signal. Knights Pro East Coast players leaving their feet. Now I'm wondering what Thames Valley are going to do here. Quite a big lead, 35-13. Most teams tend to stop kicking penalties and start to look for tries in the corner. And it looks like Thames Valley are going to do exactly that. Doak sends the ball out, this one here. Looks about 10 metres out from the corner flag, Knights Pro East Coast corner flag. Another substitution, a couple of substitutions coming here. First 5 has gone off. The right winger, Keith has gone off. We'll try and get some numbers for you. Number 20, Jared Goodall has gone to first 5. And I'll try and get a name of the reserve winger that's come on. As Thames Valley look to empty the bench. Short line out here, 5-man line out. They go high to the back and it's lost on the East Coast side, and there's been a Knights Pro East Coast change too, as Kareti Palmer is on the paddock, and that's for the captain, Perrin Manuel. So it'll be a Knights Pro East Coast scrum feed here because the ball was lost in the line out from Thames Valley. I'm just still trying to get a number for the replacement winger. So we've got Goodall that's come into first 5 for Thames Valley. Kareti Palmer has gone to hooker. And the referee blows the scrum up. It's getting a bit messy in there. Thames Valley have got the acid on the Knights Pro East Coast scrum. The referee just blows it up now. Resets it. About 18 minutes gone in the second half. If you've just joined us, score 35-13. Coverage kindly brought to you by Radio Ngāti Porou. Te reo irirangi o Ngāti Porou. Taurihiri o te Wiwi Ngāti. And I think there's another substitution. Looks like Trent Prophet's gone as well. So Trent Prophet limping down the sideline. I'll try and get a number for his replacement player. Scrum goes down. Scrum down. Oh, it looks like Mania Nyman. Mania Nyman is out there for Ngāti Pro East Coast, replacing Trent Prophet. Good game from Trent Prophet. And again, the referee not happy with the scrum set. A new front row there with Karati Palmer joining the front row for Ngāti Pro East Coast. The referee again resetting the scrum. Just coming up to the 20-minute mark in this second half. The referee settles the scrum now. Again, the referee is not happy with the scrum set. They're going to pull it up again. And usually, this amount of breakdowns at a scrum when one team is on defence and the other is on attack, it's usually the attacking team ref. Blue-eyed commentary coming through again. As he resets. The scrum has taken nearly 5 minutes. So he calls them down again. Scrum is settled. Ball in, big shunt coming from, it's popped out, it's been turned over on the Thames Valley side. It's been lost forward there by Parakura Laulanga as they spin away with it to Thames Valley down the far side of the field there. Bayliss brings it out now to Maloney. Maloney gives it back now to one of the new boys on the paddock, I think it was. There's a big fend there from the player, Thames Valley player, as he took the ball to ground. Bayliss brings it out now to the new man on the field, Guru. Quick ball out wide now to Lapa Tuanahi. They set it up now. Comes down to blind pick and go there from the left winger. Pasaya, I keep getting his name wrong. Pasayako. Goes out now to Maloney. Maloney, quick ball up to the new man, McVeary. About 10 metres out now from the line. Bayliss, quick ball out wide. It's through the hands of the captain, Wisniewski. They set it up though. Thames Valley bring it back. One off the back of the ruck. Referee's got no advantage. Must have been a little bit of an... Oh, gee, that was a long advantage if he's going back to the original knock-on. Advantage there, he's saying a knock-on. And there's a player down for Thames Valley as they empty the bench now. 3 players coming on for Thames Valley as the captain Wisniewski leaves. He's replaced by Ethan Roycroft. The big boy George Lillenor has come on. Maloney is gone. So number 3 Roger Cairns is gone as well. And looks like Slade Tiopara coming for Kahu Ward for Ngāti Pro East Coast. So both benches empty now. Oh no, not quite. There's still reserves across there on the Ngāti Pro East Coast bench. I think that's Fabian Kahaki still across there. Might get to make his Heartland debut. So Bayliss with the ball. Scrum 10 metres out. Thames Valley feed. Ngāti Pro East Coast been kept on defence for a while now from Thames Valley, and again we're having problems at the scrum. Referee breaks it up again, calls them down. Calls them in. Bayliss with the ball. Jared Bayliss. Solid scrum, they go blind as it breaks off through badly, gives it back to Bayliss. Bayliss lost the ball there. It'll be a Ngāti Pro East Coast scrum feed, defensive scrum feed. Bit of good fortune there for Ngāti Pro East Coast. They broke to the blind, they had the numbers. Just the pass from the number 8 Bradley to his halfback Bayliss. Just unable to be pulled in there by the little halfback. Ngāti Pro East Coast still under the pump though. Thames Valley definitely got the acid at scrum time. Referee calls them in again. Big shunt coming from Thames Valley. They bring it out through Parakura Laulanga. He shows and goes though, does Parakura. Ratahi at the base of the ruck now. He box kicks, looking for the sideline. He's not going to find it. There's the new man underneath it. He loses it. It's been picked up there by, I think that's Jaden Milner for Ngāti Pro East Coast. They've got possession of it about 15 metres inside their own territory. Pick and go there from Honi Haidawa, and the referee's got Thames Valley up offside. Oh, high tackle, I think, that one there on Honi Haidawa. And there's a little bit of pushing and shoving against, a little bit of feeling out there. I think that's the new man on the paddock. Number 18, Matt Hart. And it'll be a penalty to Ngāti East Coast, and then there's an official on the paddock having a talk to the referee. I think the shoulder's being shown. Could be a card coming here. There's the new captain, Sean Hill. Is his captain's got? No, it might be a warning. It's definitely a shoulder being shown by the assistant referee. And it'll be Slade Tiopara to look for the sideline. We're just looking at the clock. We've had about 25 minutes go in this second half. And it looks like Parekura Laulanga might have injured himself. He's in the back play. Looking a little bit worse for wear, just trying to stretch his leg. Oh, no, he might be gone. That's either a hammy, a knee. He's trying to walk it out. He's stretching. The short line out here for Ngāti East Coast, about 7 metres inside Thames Valley's territory, right down in front of the grandstand. They go to Paddy Allen at the front. It's picked up by Hone Hairo at the back, and he just loses it forward. And shows his frustration by kicking the ball away into the crowd. Parekura Laulanga still on the paddock here, just looking to try and walk it off. I don't think we've got any more forward reserves on the sideline, so they may have to bring another player back on. Oh yes, we do have one. Daniel Newbley is still there on the sideline. So it could be a bit of a reshuffle. We could find Morgan Poi going to go back to number 8. And so scrum down as Parekura Laulanga rejoins the scrum, but he's very ginger. He's a bit sore at the back there, trying to walk it out. Referee again blowing up the scrum, not happy with it. As he resets now. 26 minutes gone. Coverage kindly brought to you by Te Reo Irirangi o Ngāti Pro. And just a reminder, simulcasting across the Ngāti Pro East Coast Facebook page. Here we go. Bayless feeds. That's a better scrum from Ngāti Pro East Coast. And he sends, that's been nearly intercepted off the back of the scrum there by Neihana Ratahi. Referee just caught the little knock on because he tried to pick up the pass from the Thames Valley halfback. Referee awards the scrum. This one here, let's move back towards the 10 metre, outside the 10 metres now. It'll be Bayless again to feed the scrum. A little bit of a blind there available for him and his number 8 should they wish to use it. Bradley comes flying out. No, Ratahi's got it this time. Gives it up to Tiopara. Long pass out now to right. Right looks to get outside his man. He's been taken in a good tackle as right. Sets it up now as Paddy Allen gets it back to Bartlett. Bartlett beats the first man and then loses the ball forward. Thames Valley are going to get a scrum here. So just unable to hold the ball again. Just little mistakes letting us down. Letting down Ngāti Pro East Coast. Looks like Parekura Laulanga has managed to walk it off. And we've got another sub coming, Daniel Newbley. Who's he replacing? Let's keep an eye here. And it is Parekura Laulanga. So not often you see this whānau, but a player goes through 3 positions. So Morgan Poi started off at lock. He then moved to prop. Now he's at number 8. So Daniel Newbley into the front row. Morgan Poi back to the back of the scrum. Let's hope Parekura Laulanga is not too seriously injured. Midfield scrum. Bayless puts the ball in. It's come out and it's upset at the back by Ratahi. Looked to be tackled without the ball, but the referee says play on. It's pick and go through the middle there from one of the new boys. Goes out now from Bayless out to the new first 5 on the paddock. That was Goodall. He sends it down deep and it's picked up there from Burton Bartlett at the back for Ngāti Pro East Coast. He puts the boot to it, sends it high. Coming down for one of the new players on the paddock again. That's Goodall, I think. He steps, he gets through. Held up now as he tries to get back to his own 10 metre line. Thames Valley got control of this. Hasn't been turned over. Bit of counter-rucking coming. Referee's got a penalty there. Said the player off his feet, put his hands on the ground. to support himself. This one here, 10 or so metres inside Thames Valley's territory. They'll look for the sideline down the grandstand side of the field. And it's a deep kick into the 22. Nice use of the wind there from the new first five, Guru. And Thames Valley swing back on to attack. Still got about 10 minutes to go in this game. Of course, referee sole judge of time. He would have stopped his watch a couple of times, and I haven't taken high there by Ralston. Comes down now to Bayless. Bayless out to Guru. Guru looking for Hill. Hill saw the defence coming, I think. Picked up now from Ngāti Porou East Coast from Paddy Allen. They look to recycle it now as Te Opara gets into play halfback. Has a look at his options. He's got Ratahi back at first receiver. Ratahi out to right in a little bit of space. He steps on, he's picked up by the big man. Ratahi has to tidy up. Referee's going to go back for the first infringement. No advantage. Knock on there. Come back for a midfield scrum. Right down in the Ngāti Porou East Coast red zone. This one here about 15 metres out from their own line. Just about in front of the post. So expect a big push from Thames Valley. They've had the upper hand in the scrums for most of the game. And so referee calls the scrum down. And the referee, penalty coming. A bit of pushing before the ball come in. It's a free kick, so they can't, it's tapped over Morgan Poi. He straightens up, tries to fight to get to the 22. And it's a counter-rucking coming. Referee says penalty against Thames Valley from the side. Player entering the ruck from the side, not from the gate, as they say. And it'll be Slade Te Opara to look for the touch on this near side of the field. And it's high. Has it got the legs? Just finds touch right on the halfway line. Or just over the halfway line after referee Chris Warnell makes the mark. About a foot inside Thames Valley territory. Short line out called from Ngāti Porou East Coast, 4-man line out. Karati Palmer to throw the ball. They go fast to Paddy Allen. He takes it in the front, cleanly in the front now as they set up over the top of it. Ratahi with a long ball out to Te Opara. Te Opara out to Poi. Poi at the defensive line. Takes it down now just shy of the halfway. Looking to recycle. It's been turned over. Referee's got a penalty against Thames Valley though. I think that's hands in the ruck. No, offside. The sign from the ref. Quick ball as Mania Nyman goes for a bit of a run. Finds a bit of space, does the TBC flanker. Piling over the top of the United. They go back to the far side, up to Hone Hairoa at first receiver. Takes a couple of players to stop him. They pile over the top, looking to recycle it to the boys in blue. Ratahi having a look at his options. Come back to the open side now, and that's Walker. Walker at first receiver. They set it up again. Ratahi keeps coming the same way. Morgan Poi hitting a solid tackle there from one of the Thames Valley Flyers. They've still got control of this. Referee's got a penalty. Tackler not rolling away. He's going to have a talk to Thames Valley here. There's a few penalties in a row. They'll be having a talk, and I'd say that'll be the warning. He's already given them a warning for shoulders, use of the shoulder. There's a succession there of about 3 penalties, I think. So it'll be, as the referee just rolls the ball back as Slade Te Opara tries the cheeky one to gain a couple of metres. And he'll look for touch again on this near side of the field. Sends it deep. Has it got the legs? Yes. Finds touch down inside the 22. And a good attacking opportunity for Ngāti Porou East Coast here is in the latter stages of this game. And looks like Fabian Kahaki is going to get his debut for Ngāti Porou East Coast. And just seeing, Fabian Kahaki to halfback. Full line out called here from Ngāti Porou East Coast. They look for the middle for Hone Hairoa, and it's been plucked off, and Hone Hairoa comes up with it. Referee's got an early jump penalty. Free kick against Thames Valley. Early jump. And they're going to take the tap. They tap and give it up to Paddy Allen. Paddy Allen on a step. He gets past the first tacklers. He takes it to ground now. And Kahaki picks and goes. He gives it up to Poi now. Poi had the defence all over him. They still get it back now. They come back to this near side and it's a bad pass. And the referee's got a penalty against Thames Valley. It's a penalty out in front of the post. Quick tap from Kahaki as he gives it up now to Haidawa. Haidawa goes for a run. Tries to break through the defence, takes it to ground now. They get over the top of it. Kahaki coming back to Paddy Allen. So intercept up the middle by the big man. One of the big boys in the front row. He gets it away now to Bradley. Bradley looking for support. He finds the flying Fijian winger down the sideline. He steps back inside. Tilpata gets the pass away, but the ref says it goes forward. I think it was lucky it went forward. It looked like a bit of a shoulder from one of the boys in blue as the whistle went. I think he just pulled out of the tackle is what was happening. He realised that the whistle had gone and he stopped going through with the tackle and bounced into a Thames Valley player. We'll say that happened. And here we go. So scrum down here is that pass there from Fabian Kahaki, intercepted by the new hooker. And, scrum down now, about 5 metres inside Knights Pro East Coast territory, about 8 metres in from this near side of touch. So Kahaki feed the scrum. Again, Thames Valley have had the acid on. And the scrum's gone down. Referee blows it up, calls them up again. And Thames Valley very strong in the set piece. And they tell me they had good build-up games against Auckland under 20s and I think it was Waikato development team. So Kahaki to feed the scrum. Big scrum from Thames Valley as it comes out now and it's rush from Poi. He gets it up now to right from Tilpata. Bounces out of the tackles. Oh, sorry, that's Fairley. Kahaki now out to Poi. Poi looking for support. He shows and goes. Now he gets it away to Tilpata in a bit of space. Tilpata over the 10-metre line inside Thames Valley territory. It's been turned over. As the centre there, I think, for Thames Valley made the tackle, turned the ball over. Box kick there from Bayliss, deep down into Knights Pro territory, and Vernon Bartlett's racing back into the 22 to cover this. He's got Jaden Milner with him. He tries to step out of trouble and he's being ushered over the sideline, so it'll be a Thames Valley attacking line out. Again, Ngāti Pro East Coast, their own worst enemies, just looking to get when they should be holding the ball, they look to try and rush the pass. They're turning it over. They go quickly to Thames Valley. It's pulled down by Ralston. They set up the driving maul. Looking to catch East Coast unawares. They set it. They keep it going now. Strong drive coming here. They break away. Looking for the line. What's the referee say? Held up. Just held up, and it looks like Jaden Milner there, just able to get underneath the big man, number 16, Ethan Roycroft. Just stopped him from adding to that score line, 35-13. It'll be in referee's hands now as we head towards the end of this game. First Mitre 10 Heartlands Championship match for 2017. And we've got an injury, a couple of injured players down. And one is Karati Palmer. So a little bit of care shown when a front row forward goes down with an injury. And he's back on his feet now. So this scrum here, roughly about 10 metres out from Ngāti Pro East Coast line, might even be a bit closer. About 15 or so metres in from the Uepohatu side of the field. Great attacking chance here in the last plays of this game, and looks like one of the big boys for Thames Valley is gone from the paddock, and that's one of the danger men in the back line, Sean Hill, one of my picks for players of the day, and the winger has come back on, Tyrone Keith. Tyrone Keith come back to the wing. And sorry, the other player I didn't get the number for was number 22, Josh Law, who's also come onto the park for Thames Valley. Scrum down. The ball's come out. Referee says it's come out the same channel. He's blown it up and going to have it again. So this could be heading towards the last plays. Of course, referee sole judge of time. And I know he has had a couple of stoppages. Scrum down again as we wait. Referee just making sure everybody's set. Big scrum, and it's come again. It's come back out the same channel. Referee blowing it up. A strong performance from Thames Valley today. They've led right from the start. Big lead that they've added to in the second half. Again, scrummaging in the second half has been a problem since we've had so many changes to the forward packs. Referee calls them in again. This time. And it's come out again. It's popped back out the same channel. No, the referee says play on. It's pick and go there from one of the front row forwards. As he heads towards the line, he may have been held up. And the referee's going to go back for another 5-metre scrum again. So all of us get to wait for the scrum to be set again. This one here just eating up the clock as we head towards full time. Coverage kindly brought to you by Te Reo Irirangi o Ngāti Pro. Coverage of this first Heartlands Championship match. Thames Valley leading 35-13. As the referee Michael Winter calls the scrums down again. Big shunt from Thames Valley. They pick it off the back through Bradley. He gives it up to the new halfback Bayless. He's hitting a solid tackle out wide. It's held up just shy of the line. Good defence there as it pops out the back now, and they charge again at the line to Thames Valley. They've still got control of it. They set it up on the blind. They go close. They pick and go again. Knights Pro East Coast defence holding. They go again. Referee's given a try there. Let's see who's awarded with it. It's one of the new boys on the paddock, I think. We'll wait till we can get a number. It's extended the scoreline to 40 points to 13 with the kick to come. I'm still trying to get a number of this. He's one of the reserve players that's come on to try score, and that could be the last play for the game. Number 18. Number 18, Matt Hart, extends the lead for Thames Valley out to 40-13. And it's a new first five on Jared Goodall to attempt the conversion, and I think that's it, whānau. Referee has told the players that's the final play of the game. And it'll be Goodall with the last task of the game, which is to attempt the conversion. He's a metre inside the 22, about 15 metres in. Bread and butter kick for the old kickers at this level. And straight between the posts. Final score here, whānau, at Whakarua Park in the first Heartlands game of the season, 42-13. 42-13.
Once again, we'd like to thank the sponsors.
So big mihi to Radio Ngāti Pro for bringing you coverage of today's game. Big mihi to the referees and of course everybody involved in this game today. Not the game that we wanted to see, Ken. Ngāti Pro East Coast, they showed glimpses of what we wanted to see, but Thames Valley, a very, very strong performance put out there on the paddock by Thames Valley, and they totally deserved their win, 42 points to 13. Ngāti Pro East Coast away to Wairarapa Bush next week. They've got some work-ons before they go down there to take on the Bush. Hopefully we'll be back with that game with you next week. Back to the studio and with you, Ken. And yes, as I said, hopefully back next week with the game of the round.